Hello, I'm Jara and I'm a full-time artist. I have been making art in many different art spaces through the years, and now again I have a new space. This is my new studio where I am going to be creating my art from now on. If you see my last video that I have posted on Tuesday, in that video I'm saying goodbye to my old studio and I'm moving all my stuff to this place right here. And it's a bit smaller, but it looks weirdly similar because I have all the same furniture, I have the same carpet, I have the same things. I don't have anything new here. So it kind of looks like just a little smaller version of my last studio. So I have organized my closet pretty much the same as I had it in my last space. So packaging stuff, some bigger things that I can't put anywhere else. And I have some packaging things here, like my stamp and some of my art supplies that I don't use, for example, some markers and some colored pencils. And then I have my prints here that are not yet organized, and then some more packaging things. So, pretty boring. There we go. And I have some plants up there. This is my Monstera Thai constellation, and I really love this plant. I have bought it when I was hard in my rare plants era during the pandemic, and I have loved it ever since. I think it's really beautiful and special. But also, I love my other ordinary plants, you know, some Hoya and some pothos, if you know which plants those are, if you like plants. And yet here is my painting corner on the other side. But yeah, the space is a little bit small, so I don't know. This light is very ugly, but I need it to paint. But it looks very ugly just like that in my studio. And yeah, my easels, and then there in the trolley there are my paints and my brushes and things that I use on daily basis to paint, and my small painting chair. So that is it. That is all for my studio. Oh yeah, and the drawer. The same drawer as I had it in my last studio. I have some extra paints in there, polymer clay supplies, and yeah, some other art things. And up here I'm gonna put flowers when it stops raining and I can pick some outside. We have some really gloomy days here. When I was moving, I put all of my paintings in boxes, and right now they're just stored in this big closet, and I have so many old paintings, like 10 years worth of me painting. And you know, now I wish that I, in the beginning especially, would paint on a paper, not on canvases, because canvases take lots of space, and although they're more fun than paper, I still think it's smarter for me to paint on paper or in my sketchbook if I'm not sure that I will be selling the paintings. And even though if I want to sell my work, I can just paint in my sketchbook and then scan it and make it as prints. So I don't know, but this is something I just am noticing now and see the value of painting on paper and just scanning it. Yes, if I want to sell the image. I think I'm gonna do more of that from now on. Okay, so this painting is pretty much where it needs to be, I think, because this corner right here between the drawers and the closet is just this long corner, and I just put it there when we were moving because this painting was too big to put in any box that we had. So I just brought it here by hand, like there. And I think it would look good here. It's gonna go right here because the door can't hit it if it is here. So then I'm gonna put out some nails. I am scared to use nails in a rented apartment. I'm an anxious person as it is, and this is scary, but I'm a painter, and I said this to the person that we are renting from. Like, I'm a painter and I need to have my paintings on the walls, and I can't stick them on there. So yeah, I told her up front, but I'm still a little scared, not gonna lie. But it's no big deal. We can just fill the holes up when we go. I did that every time, but I don't know. It's just uncomfortable to put nails in the walls a little bit. I'm gonna go to get a hammer. I feel like I'm gonna have to buy myself a wider lens for my camera, because this is the widest this lens can go. And it worked in my last apartment, but this room is quite small, so I don't know. White. I need 2 nails because this one is not strong enough to hold, or I just didn't put it in enough because I'm scared. Now it's gonna hold. It's holding, guys. Thank God. You see how big this painting is? I know that some painters paint like those giant murals and stuff, but this painting is the biggest painting I can ever do. Like, I don't have a wish to do anything bigger in my life than this, because I like to express quickly. I like to feel this expression when I make art, and I like to do it quickly, and by quickly I mean max 3 weeks. Because after 3 weeks, like, the seasons are almost changing, you know? After 3 weeks, I didn't see the fog outside anymore. It wasn't cool and misty anymore, and I didn't feel like painting it anymore. So I finished it right on time for my inspiration for this piece to, like, just leave. So I'm gonna cherish this one because it's rare. Big paintings from Jara are rare, and yeah. So I feel like I have to put my other paintings behind my painting area on the walls. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Maybe I will have to find another place for this thing, because it's really helpful when I'm painting, but it's really, really ugly. I don't know what to do with it. So here I'm gonna hang this gorgeous grass painting I have finished, and I really like it, and I want to see it every day when I wake up. So I'm gonna hang it here in my bedroom. This is my bedroom, and I just have to be careful so I don't hang it above the, you know, the electricity, so I don't do something really stupid. Instead of TV, I'm gonna have a painting of a grass. If you eyeball everything, then you have to be satisfied, even if the things are a little bit crooked, because you traded the kind of sloppiness, kind of this natural process, for a little natural look. So yeah, I think this painting is a little crooked, but I will not be complaining. Alright, so this is our living room. We don't have a couch yet, so here are my blankets and my cushions. Cushions? I don't know. And I'm gonna put this painting that I have recently painted. You can see it in one of my latest videos, like from the last few months. But this painting, it's called Right Before Dawn. And my partner David really likes it. So I'm gonna put just this one here in my living room. This painting is actually really big, but here it looks kind of small because it's alone on this big empty wall. But I like it, I think. Do you think it looks good? Tell me below. If you have opinion about it, you can tell me in the comments what you think. So it's 11 a.m. now, and it's time to start preparing lunch for myself, because today I'm gonna cook something that takes a bit of time to be made. So I'm gonna cook one of my favorite meals, but I don't know if it actually exists outside of my country, Slovenia, the idea of this recipe, or I think maybe it's like Austrian, German, Slovenian, the Alps area that have this as their traditional meal. So yeah, if you are from the US or Canada, I think that you may not be knowing what this is, but it is called ița. And it is basically a really simple meal that I'm gonna prepare now. So you can join me and see how it's done. So to make ița, I'm gonna chop up some onions. And some peeled, washed potatoes, some carrots. I usually don't put in as much carrots, but I just had a lot of carrots and had to use them up. And then I added some cooked beans of different kinds. So after that point, when adding those few ingredients, I just poured in some water and just left it there to boil. Now the ița is cooking and it needs a little bit more time, and while it is cooking, I'm gonna order glaze for polymer clay. It's really rainy outside. So what happened was that I have been heavily inspired by amazing polymer clay artists online. And the person who most inspired me was Tammy from Uncomfy. If you don't know, Tammy makes figurines from polymer clay, and it is so cute and inspiring. And she uses UV resin. So when she bakes polymer clay, then she puts UV resin on it, and it's a substance that hardens on the UV light. And here is the thing about me. I have severe anxiety about chemicals. And I know that art supplies are chemicals, but I get around with using art supplies because I don't know, I'm just used to them, and there is no other way for me to paint than to use my paints. So I don't know, I'm just used to it. But new chemicals I don't like. I don't like inhaling chemicals. I don't like the possibility of them touching my skin. I don't like being around chemicals, to be honest. And it's a bit of anxiety, but it's also that I don't want to really get rid of this anxiety as much as my other anxieties, because I think we are around too many chemicals nowadays, and that it is actually smart to be a bit cautious and use home remedies and not so toxic stuff if we can, because yeah, I think we as a society are just not thinking about chemicals that we expose ourselves to. For example, we clean our sink with the cleaner and then we drop our toothbrush in there. Or I don't know, that's a tangent, but I don't like chemicals. I think you got that. And UV resin in particular, there were so many cautions. Be careful, use mask. Tam uses a mask for it that just looks like something from dystopian movie. And people all over the internet are talking and writing about how many precautions you have to take to use it, and really be wary and really use gloves and masks and ventilated spaces and everything, and that was just too much for me. So unfortunately I won't be using the UV resin. I will just order normal polymer clay shiny glaze to glaze it after it's baked. And it's not gonna give my polymer clay sculptures as much protection as UV resin probably would, but I don't know. I think that I'm willing to do that trade. And yeah, that is a really, really, really long story of why I'm ordering art supplies right now. So yeah. I'm now here in my new studio and I'm feeling great. I still have some anxiety about things changing, but it's getting better. And if you would like some more content from me, some more fun stuff such as exclusive videos, exclusive updates, art mail every month brought to your door, you can join my Patreon. I'm trying to grow my Patreon page and I love and cherish my patrons very much. So yeah, if you can and if you want to, you can join me there. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. It would mean the world and it really helps me. Okay, so I have ordered some art supplies. I have ordered polymer clay polish, water-based one, and it is the brand Cernit, but I have a brand Fimo for my polymer clay. So I don't know if they're gonna go together. Hopefully they will. And I'm gonna try that out. You can see how that turns out in the next week's video, because I can't wait to make some art. And yeah, next week for sure I'm gonna make some art, first art in this art studio, and I'm gonna of course share it with you. And now I'm just gonna eat my late lunch, and I encourage you to try this at home. It's a really simple recipe and it is really good. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you really have a lovely day. And if you ever need some creative inspiration, I am just a video away. Bye.